Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we'll be working on the Alien Xenomorph from Agora Models, stage 23, which is more of the ribs and more of the right leg. Let me go ahead and get the parts out. And this is actually going to be putting several pieces together that have been we've been building on for quite a while. Let me go ahead and get these screws out of the bags, get them put away. Got the oil already open. Silver ones in here. They're going to be used on the ribs. And then the black ones, which are used to hold the leg pieces together. And I don't think I have any of those anomalous smaller ones in here anymore. So what we get in here is two pieces of the ribs. Again, part with a tab here with a pin and a screw hole. Part here for two holes, one for the screw, one for the pin. Get that put together. We've got a ball joint here. This is actually a metal ball joint. That's good. And another of the pipes with A2 on it. Let me go ahead and, since there is only one pipe in this stage, I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And let me go back. There is just a little bit left. Yeah, that's not, I don't think that's going to matter. Okay, like I've already got this part put together, and that is the first thing you do is you take your silver screws, dip it in the oil, even though as I discussed in the last video, it is threaded. I still dip it in the oil just because. Kind of helped when that one screw got stuck in the last issue. Tighten that down on there. Put it on here. Put it on the left side of the rib cage that we've been building. On there, socket or pin goes in the socket, screw goes into the pin, just like on the last several ribs. Dip the screw into oil, and again tighten it down. Yeah, last issue, this screw did not want to go in very well. That is all to do on the ribs. Now let's go ahead and start working on the tibia. So the first thing it has you do is take this skin off of this part, then turn it over, put this on. Doesn't have you take the skin off the bottom here. I'm not going to mess with it since it's not asking to. You've got a bunch of posts in here lining up with a bunch of pins on the other side. You're going to put this on here. Actually, let me take the skin off just because it makes it a little bit easier to grab a hold of this part. Oh, and before I screw this up, this is where this socket goes. It goes down here. You can see right here, there's a gap. There's a flat spot on there. Flat spot is going to go to the top here. Flat spot goes there. If I didn't put that on there, I wouldn't be able to put it on later. I'd be taking out a bunch of screws. Now let me see if I can get all of these to line up. Still one up here, maybe two that are not lining up. We'll see what happens as we put it together. So I'm going to start from the bottom, and there's let's see, take time. 10 screws. So let me go ahead and get 10 of the black screws. It might be wiser for me to make sure that the top is on here first. Let's see, 3, 6, 9. One more. Top is lined up because it is not wanting to go on. So let me make sure. If I can make sure those are on, then I'll be able to push it all together. I'm going to pause here, get this started, and then we'll come back. Okay, just popped in real quick to say that these were actually lined up. Put a screw in here and here, and they popped right in, tightened it down. So what I'm going to do is go down here, put 2, 4, 6, 8 more screws in. Then I'm going to tighten these up. I'm not going to tighten any of them all the way until all of them are in, and I'll be back once that's done. So, like I said, just want to make sure I get everything started first, and then we'll get this put together and we'll go from there. Okay, that's got all of them in. Got them all in, pulled everything together pretty well. And I looked, you got the holes here, which is where this is going to go to. I was wondering what that was for. This is for that spacer there, or whatever you want to call it, that connection. So next thing it has you do after you do that is put the skin back on both sides. It should, if I grab it, yeah. If I get it on the right side, it should just pop in there. Kind of important, get it up underneath this ball up here. At least sounds kind of important to me. And looking at this, since this has a flap that goes underneath the other piece, pull that back out, put this piece in here first, which unfortunately is the piece that does not fit near as well as the other one. Slide this over top. Let me see, turn over. Skin assemblies and the calf protectors are only temporarily fitted right now. Okay, very important, because I was going to start trying to get these pieces stitched together. Since it's going to just come back off, I'm going to get it on there best I can. Just kind of set it on there. This is actually where I've watched a lot of videos where people have had problems with it. Let me just see if I can get it to actually lay over. Does look like a little bit of effort, maybe. I'm not going to say that the Nexus and Wayne are wrong until I get there and actually can put it together and it goes decently. They're the ones who I've watched do this. And actually Wayne, what I've seen him do is put his black zip ties over it. That may be how I keep it in place once I start actually the final assembly. But then this goes on. But for right now, I'm going to just let it be. This will go on here like this. These two tabs go underneath. There are holes. I was going to say screw holes, but they're not screw holes. They're just sockets that go underneath there. And I think when this goes on permanently, it might need a little bit of silicone under there to hold it in place. Black silicone, hold it in place onto here. We'll have to see how that works out. Join it in here. I'm not going to use super glue on places like that because super glue doesn't flex very well and will probably pop loose. So last thing to do in this is to attach, turn this around to where it's the right direction. Attach this pipe starting up here. Make sure I've got it the right direction. sure all the tabs fit in there. So it's going to go in here just like this. My glue has dried. I'm going to do what I've done before, which is put the glue not just down where the tabs go, but also in the track itself where the pipe runs. Wanting it to hold as best I can everything exactly in place. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Just checking sure to make sure I don't put glue beyond where I need it. Go back here real quick. That should be enough. I mean, I'm putting a significant amount of super glue in here. So instead, I'm going to start with the large tab down here, work my way back, push it in, hold it in place. If I can get it to go down. I'm just going back and forth, making sure that everything catches in place. That should be good. And that is all there is to do in this stage. Kind of concerned how this is going to go together with the skin. When it comes time to actually securely mount it on, because it says it's going to come back off. When I get to that point, I'm going to see if I can find a method to lock it down to where it will not come back off, won't open up. Maybe do some actual stitching, some actual sewing, with very small stitches. We'll have to see. Because it starts with this piece right here. It just doesn't wrap around very well. Maybe it needs to be glued down to the arm, to the arm before this piece goes over top. We'll have to figure that out later on. But like I said, that's all there is to do in this stage. Like and subscribe. Come on over to Hobby Time Modelers on Facebook, YouTube, Discord. See what we're doing. Links will be in the description. Go ahead and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified anytime I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I'll see you on the next video.